This is Europe's spookiest urban legend. Stand here at the end of the gaze tunnel and don't blink, and you'll summon a supernatural spirit. The story continues. After the girl died of fright with her eyes open, the legend has been passed down in the area ever since. At 12 o'clock midnight, if you stand outside the tunnel and stare at the end of the tunnel for more than an hour without blinking, you will summon a supernatural spirit, the ghost of Tom the Peeping Tom. Many a daring boy has tried it, but not blinking for an hour is hard to do, and in the meantime someone claimed to have done it, but then that person disappeared. As the legend spread, it became a local folktale. Sophia and Feldman, in order to film the legend, they interviewed a large number of locals and also went to the place where Tom was born, but the results because of the time is too far away and did not obtain any valuable clues. Finally, they were ready to go to the tunnel in person to corroborate the horrible legend. They looked for the longest local not blinking time on the internet. The result is less than half an hour the other cannot stand. This day Boilington man once again came to the tunnel entrance. He thought of a way to use the camera lens to replace the human eye, opened the shutter at 12 p.m., equivalent to the person opened his eyes, and then recorded uninterruptedly until 1 a.m. There was no better way anyway, so the two decided to give it a try. It soon came to 12 p.m., so they set up the camera, opened the shutter, and just like that they waited for a whole hour. However, the result was a big disappointment to them. After returning to their apartment, the two were listless, thinking about whether they should change their selection again. However, just as Sophia was organizing last night's footage, he suddenly noticed that at exactly 1 a.m., a figure stood up vaguely inside.
Holy shit!
Oh my gosh!
Look at that motherfucker!
Tom, are you kidding me? Oh my
We
gosh!
fucking got him, man.
The duo was excited, and after they cranked up the contrast, the dark figure became even clearer. Both were so engrossed in the great discovery that they didn't realize what the object really was and what kind of danger it posed. The next day when the teacher was randomly checking, they excitedly told the teacher about the discovery. The teacher praised them unimpressed after reading it, complimenting them on their great improvement in camera scheduling and composition, especially their use of special effects and props with a high degree of realism, and telling them to keep up the good work. After hearing this, the duo hastily explained that the images were all real. The teacher assumed that this was because they needed to say so for filming, and proceeded to encourage them, "Go for it, you guys, this has the potential to be an excellent horror movie." The duo knew they couldn't explain themselves, so they had to call it quits and left. After a few days, however, Feldman called in Sophia and said that he had made another amazing discovery in the last few days. He had noticed while he was in town for a recent video shoot that every time he turned the camera on, the dark figure could be seen in the distance, and it was getting closer and closer to the camera as the camera was turned on more and more times.